Hello, thank you for joining me for this practice today. This is an extended version of one of the other videos on the channel, which is called Go With The Flow, which is about half an hour. This one's about an hour, and some of the same postures from that sequence, but there's some extra ones in there too. Plus we're going to do a short breath work and also finish with a short yoga nidra, which is going to be about 10 minutes long. When we go through the postures, we're going to flow with the breath. Most of them there are two postures, so we're going to flow in between the two, in and out of the two postures on the exhales and inhales, and then there's some transitionary poses in as well. If you've got blocks, there are 2 or 3 postures that blocks are a good idea, useful. If you've not got a block, you could use a thick book. Also, when we go to do the yoga nidra at the end, you want to be lying comfortably in shavasana, lying on your back, or whatever position you find comfortable. You might want to use a pillow or a bolster cushion to go in a supported shavasana pose. As long as you're comfy for the duration of the 10 minutes, that's all good. So we'll start with just grounding ourselves. So just come into a nice comfortable position, seated position like this, or kneeling if you prefer. And we're just going to start by warming up our neck and shoulders where we have a lot of tension. So we'll start by doing some shoulder rolls, up, back and down. So rolling the shoulder blades out backwards. And then reverse that, come back the other way. And then we're going to, on the inhale, scrunch our shoulders up to our ears, and exhale, release. One more. And then we'll just loosen up our neck by looking left and right to centre, left, centre. 2 more of those. And then we'll just drop our right ear towards our right shoulder, centre to the left. 2 more of those. And then finally we're going to circle our head around to loosen up our neck. So imagine you're drawing circles with your nose, the end of your nose. Start small, going clockwise, gradually making the circle bigger. Nice to shut your eyes whilst doing this. And then come back the other way, bigger, and gradually getting smaller. Okay, now we'll just settle in, ground ourselves. So sitting in your comfortable position, we're just going to follow the breath, take our awareness to the breath. Feel free to close your eyes. And follow your inhalation in through your nostrils. Feel the chest and the belly expand. And then falling as you exhale. Just follow your natural flow of your breath. And as it moves with ease, in and out through your nostrils. And as you're sitting following your breath, just notice any areas of tension that you might be holding. And on the exhalation, allow them to soften and relax down. So you're softening down, face soft, softening your jaw, your shoulders, your back, hips and legs and knees. I want to set an intention for the practice. Something comes to mind. Just repeat it inwardly to yourself. When you're ready, thank you, open your eyes. And we'll begin our flows. So we're going to start on our knees, kneeling upright. If you've got a folded towel or blanket, you might want to put that under your knees for extra knee support. You could, if you're this way on your mat, you could fold your mat over like this. That creates 3 layers, which you can do your knees padded in that way. There's a few postures on the knees, so you might want to do that. So we're going to just demo flow up on the inhalation, and on the exhalation we're going to fold down and back into a child's pose, and we're going to go through that 3 times. So inhale up and exhale forward. Last one. And exhale, fold down. Inhale back to kneeling. This time we're going to inhale up the same way, but on the exhale we're going to twist to the right, the arms at shoulder height, twisting through the thoracic spine, and then inhale and left. And we'll do three each way. So inhale up and twist to the right. If your neck's comfortable, you can let your gaze back over your backhand. Otherwise, just keep it looking forwards to the sides. Last one on each side, to the right, and twist to the left. And inhale up, and we'll come back into a child's pose and just rest here for a moment. If you want to, you can have your head on a block, or come down to the floor. Just take a moment here to let everything soften. Let the shoulder blades spread out and down. So your shoulders and back soften down. Anytime when we pause like this, just try and bring your awareness back to the breath, back to your natural breath. That'll help stop you attaching onto any thoughts that will arise. Just let them go, come back to your breath. now we're going to come back up into kneeling, and we're going to do a little flow from half circle pose to gate pose. So we'll stay kneeling on our left leg, we'll bring our right leg out to the side. You might want to use a block here down on your left side, because you're going to come down onto this hand. You could have it that way, or two blocks. So half circle pose, we're going to come down onto this hand and bring this right arm up and over, and just look up. Don't strain your neck back, but just look up towards the ceiling. This will be on the inhale, and then we'll windmill our arms, stretch over to the other side on the exhale. So we're going to flow back and forth through that 3 times. Okay, so inhale back and exhale over. Inhale back and exhale over. Come back to centre. Get a nice stretch along both sides of your body doing this, and also stretching out this leg. You want your foot to be flat on the floor ideally. It's okay to have a slight bend in your knee if you need to have that. So you can be like this if that's comfy for you. So we'll do 3 of those in and out on the left side. So inhale, back and over. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back. Exhale. One more. And exhale. Okay. Then from here we're going to come into tabletop. So on all fours, hands under your shoulders, spread your fingers to get a nice contact with the mat for stability. Knees under hips, hip width apart, and again try and do that spreading back and down with your shoulder blades, so that you're not scrunching your shoulders up towards your ears. Spine nice and length and alignment in your spine. Now if you're familiar with cat-cow, this will be the same movement in the body as that, but we're adding a leg in. So when you inhale, let the belly sink down, chest raise, look forwards, and exhale round the back and tuck the chin. What we're going to add on the inhalation, we're going to bring our right leg up and back, and exhale, knee to nose. Okay, so we're going to do 3 of those on each side. So inhale and exhale. Just follow your natural breath. And when you're ready, 3 on the other side. Possibly did fall there, never mind. Lost count. Okay, so then just push back towards sitting back on your heels, an extended child's pose. Okay, now from tabletop, we're going to bring our right foot forward, place it down between your hands, keeping your left leg back on your knee and flat on your foot. And we're going to inhale and raise up into a low crescent lunge. Then from here, you may want to use blocks, because we're going to come back on the inhale into a half splits. Just move those out of the way so you can see. So you're rocking backwards and forwards on that hip. We're going to add in the arms. So if you want to use your blocks when you come back, if you want to keep your hands on your blocks and just rock backwards and forwards, that's perfectly okay. Otherwise, we inhale up to crescent lunge, back to half split. Inhale and back. Inhale and back. Okay, then we'll put back to tabletop to reverse it, bringing your left foot forward. And we're going to inhale up to crescent lunge and repeat 3 on the left side. Exhale, split, half split. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. And back to tabletop. Let's have a little rock back. Move your hips side to side. Loosen that off. Now this time we're going to come up into a high crescent lunge. So like before, bringing your right foot between your hands. This time tucking your back toe. Now also step that leg in a little and push up and raise into a high crescent lunge. Then from here, just demo, we're going to pivot on that back foot and come into warrior 2. So from your crescent lunge, you just want to pivot on your back toes so that your back foot is now slightly in at an angle, pointing across diagonally. Your hips to be in the same alignment as your back toes. So just sitting sort of here, pointing towards the upper left corner of your mat. Your front leg, you want to keep your knee over at your ankle and keep it in alignment on the plane that way as well. So try not to let it fall out to the sides or in. Keeping it central for stability in your knee. You can adjust your stance, come in more, perfectly fine, or a wider stance, entirely whatever's comfortable for you. A lot depends on the length of your legs. So we'll inhale, and then we're going to exhale into warrior 2, arms at shoulder height, gaze over your front fingers. And then on the inhale, we rotate our hand and we tip backwards into reverse warrior. Inhale back to warrior 2. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, reverse, sorry. Exhale back to warrior 2. Last one. Now we'll come step forwards into Tadasana. And then step back with the right leg. So repeat warrior 2 on the opposite side. where your back arm is. And then inhale, reverse warrior. And exhale. Lower the arms, step forwards into Tadasana again. Mountain pose. This time we'll pause here. Might want to close your eyes. Just connect back with the breath. Feel any sensations in your body. Feel into the energies that have started flowing. And when you're ready, come sideways on the mat. We're going to come into a wide-legged stance. Hands on hips. We're going to fold forward, so another one where you possibly want your blocks. You can have one block in front of you, under your face here. You could have two. You could have a block on the side, or no blocks, entirely up to you. So I'm just going to fold down into a wide leg forward fold initially. So leading down with our chest, pivoting from the pelvis, and just bring your hands down to the floor. You want to rest your head on blocks, can do. Or you might just want to let it hang loose, get a little roll about. And we're going to inhale and come up to a halfway lift. Now get ease across the floor in front of you. And then, if you're using your blocks, put your left hand on your block directly under your face or onto the floor, and then we're going to inhale and twist to the right, arms at shoulder height. So it's kind of like the twist that we did at the beginning when we were kneeling. We twisted to the sides, but this way was a forward, wide leg forward fold twist. So inhale to the right and exhale, and inhale, twist to the left. Two more on each side. Last one to the left. Now with your hands centered in, both hands down in front of you, walk your feet in so you're in a not such a wide stance, and lower down into Malasana squat. If you want to sit on a block, that's fine. Sit on two blocks. Use your elbows against the inside of your knees. Bring your hands into prayer pose. Try not to round too much in the back. Keep that length in the spine. I'm just going to sit here for a moment. Feel free to close your eyes. If you want to bring a little movement and rock side to side, you're welcome to do that. And if you're on your block, remove your block and bring your hands down to the sides behind you. Lower yourself down to the floor, and we'll meet in a butterfly. We'll just butterfly the legs. Just nice, easing off, relaxing. If you want to fold forwards a little, you can do that. And just gently butterfly. Okay, so that's the end of our asana poses. So I thought now we'd just do a little bit of breath work, pranayama. Prana is the breath, the life force that flows through us. Yama means to control, so pranayama is where we are having some control over our breath, regulating our breath. We bring our awareness to the breath a lot of the time, but this is a passive thing. We're not changing the breath in any way. We're just being aware of it, observing it. But in the actual pranayama, you are actively regulating. So on this one, we're going to do a 3-part breath, and we're going to count the breath on for count of 5 on the inhalation, retain the breath for 5, and then 5 on the exhalation. So it can help, if you close your eyes, it can help to visualize a shape when you're counting stages of breaths. So this is a 3-part breath, because we're not going to hold on the retention between the exhalation and the inhalation. We'll just naturally inhale when we're ready to inhale. So in this case, we can view it as an inverted triangle. So you count to 5, up the triangle, hold, 5 across the top, exhale for 5. So if you have your eyes closed and visualise to you that triangle, that can help you keep the timing a little easier. So we're going to do 10 rounds. So I'll count us through the first 3 rounds, and then you continue in your own time until you've done 10 rounds. So just sitting in a nice, comfortable, easy seat. Feel free to close your eyes. Just let your breath settle. And then we're going to inhale for 5. Hold. Exhale. Inhale for 5. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Exhale. Just finish the one that you're on, and then let your breath come back to its natural flow. effortlessly in and out through the nostrils. Now, I'm going to do a short 10-minute Yoga Nidra. So, like I said at the beginning, ideally you want to be lying in Shavasana. If you don't find it that comfortable, feel free to find a position that's comfortable for you. Let your feet fall out, hands, palms uppermost. Make any adjustments that you need to make so that you're comfortable. If you want to put a folded blanket under your head, or if you want to use a bolster that's supported, you can have your knees bent in a constructive rest if you want that way. You could also use a bolster or folded blanket under your knees so that you're in Shavasana with your legs supported. This can be particularly relaxing. A blanket is also, if you've got a blanket handy, I would get a blanket because you can start to feel a little cool towards the end of Nidra, although this is only 10 minutes. Maybe if you've not got socks on, you could put socks on or a jumper, and then just take a few moments to get yourself comfortable. And ideally you want to stay still for the practice of Yoga Nidra, so make any adjustments, ease out any tensions that you might have, so that you know you can stay in a comfortable posture for the duration of the practice. Relax your shoulders, relax your arms, relax your hips, your back, your knees, your ankles. Maybe lift your head or turn it slightly a couple of times to release any tight spots that might be in the back of your neck. Now allow your eyes to close and keep them closed for the duration of the practice. If you prefer to just have a soft gaze and half close your eyes, that's fine. If you feel any tension or tight spots in any part of your body, take your awareness now to that body part and consciously relax that body part. Feel it soften down and feel your whole body relaxing down, softening into the mat. It's natural to flow in and out of consciousness, conscious hearing during the practice. So you may not always be aware of what I'm saying, but that's perfectly natural. You're on whatever conscious level you are taking in the information and the experience, whatever the experience is, that's your experience today. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. Know that you're in a safe space, peaceful, calm. Stay awake by listening to the sound of my voice. If your mind starts wandering, which is natural, thoughts come, just try not to attach to them, let them go, come back to the sound of my voice. Now say to yourself, I am practicing Yoga Nidra. I am awake, and I will remain awake until the end of practice. The practice of Yoga Nidra begins now. Sound awareness. Become aware of any sounds you can hear in this moment.
Nothing else but what you can hear without straining your ears. Start by focusing on the most distant sounds. Move your attention from sound to sound without labelling the source. Now move your awareness to the sounds within the building, within this room, to the sound of your breath, the sound of your breath flowing freely between your nostrils. Now visualise yourself within the room. Visualise the four walls of the room. The ceiling, the floor, the walls. Visualise your position in the room. Your body lying on the mat. The parts of your body touching the mat. Your clothes, your hair, your face. Your entire body lying on the mat. Become aware of your natural breath. Become aware of your natural and spontaneous breath that moves in and out of your body without any effort. The natural breath flows in through both nostrils. Notice the feeling of the breath as it comes in and out. Now is the time for you to make your sankalpa or resolve. Allow your resolve to manifest naturally. Repeat your sankalpa internally 3 times to yourself, clearly and with focus. Now we will begin a systematic journey of awareness throughout the body. You will move your awareness to the different parts of the body as you hear them named. Jump from part to part. Let your mind jump from part to part. Don't linger too long on any one part. We will begin on the right side. Right arm. Right shoulder, right side of the chest, right side of the waist, whole of the right leg. Moving to the left side, left arm, left shoulder, left side of the chest, left side of the waist, whole of the left leg. Now go to the back of the body, back of your feet, your heels, back of the legs, lower back, middle back, upper back, back of the shoulders, back of the neck, back of the head. Now awareness to the front side of the body, top of the head, whole face, jaw, neck, collarbones, chest, abdomen, navel, lower abdomen, pelvis. Now bring your awareness to both arms together. Both arms. Now both legs together. Now the whole torso. And the whole body. The whole entire body. Your whole body. Breathing. Become aware of your breath. Feel the flow of your natural breath in and out of your nostrils. The breathing is normal, spontaneous, without any effort. Maintaining awareness of your breath, continue to breathe through the belly. With every inhalation, the abdomen is expanding and rising. With every exhale, falling down towards the spine. I'm now going to count backwards from 9 to 1 with every inhale and exhale. As you breathe in, mentally say the number 9 in your head. And as you breathe out, repeat 9 to yourself. Breathe in, say 8. Breathe out, 8. Continue. Gradually come back to the feeling of your breath flowing in and out of your nostrils, maintaining your awareness of breath. Now become aware of your physical body. Your body is relaxed and lying on the floor. Feel the different parts of the body lying on the floor. Take your awareness to all the points that are touching the floor. Back of your heels, back of the thighs, the back, shoulder blades, arms, hands and head. Shift your attention to sounds within this room, sounds of your breath, the sounds around you on the mat, the sound of my voice. Now move your attention to the sounds outside the room, sounds you can hear further away without strain. move your awareness back to the room inside. Visualize the room. Imagine where you are in the room and the other objects that are around you. Lie quietly until you feel ready to move. Start by slowly moving your hands and feet. Take your time, there's no hurry. When you're sure that you are fully awake and ready, bend your knees and roll over onto one side. Spend a few moments here revisiting your practice. Feeling safe and secure, calm and peaceful.
When you're ready, push yourself up into a seated position. Try to keep your eyes still closed if you've got them closed. Come to your comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to heart center and rub your palms together to create some heat between your palms. And then place your palms over your closed eyelids. Try and let some of that heat radiate in. And then slowly blink open your eyes. Spread your fingers, bring your palms back down to heart center. And that's the end of today's practice. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me. If you enjoyed the Yoga Nidra, there are a couple of other longer, sort of about 40-minute sessions on this channel, so you might like to try those or any of the other videos. Please feel free to comment and leave me feedback, it's always appreciated, and I'll see you again soon.